What's up, everybody? Tonight, we're gonna be making some delicious little queso birria tacos. So, cheers, and let's cook. To begin, I'm gonna get a Dutch oven hot, and I'm gonna be toasting some dried peppers in there. I got some guajillo peppers, I got 3 of those, and 3 dried anchos. That's what we're gonna be using, so just let that heat up, and then we'll toast them. It's starting to warm up. I'm just gonna go in with all my peppers. Kind of stir them around a little while they toast. Those are getting pretty aromatic, so I'm going to go in with 12 cloves of garlic. Just roast those a little. So I toasted my garlic for like 2 minutes, got a little color, and then went in with 8 Roma tomatoes that are just halved, 1 yellow onion, which is a large dice, and 3 cups of water. To that, I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of chili powder and 2 tablespoons of cumin. Now we're going to let that come to a boil. Okay, we've come to a boil, so now I'm just going to try to make sure my peppers are submerged. I'm going to turn that off, cover it, and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Our peppers softened up nicely, and it smells amazing. So now we're going to go in to our blender with all that. We got our pepper mixture all blended up, so I'm going to go into my Dutch oven with about 4.5 pounds of some stew meat, just cubed up. You could use chuck roast for that, that would work great. I also got a marrow bone, that's optional. It's gonna add some nice flavor. Now, we'll go in with our pepper mixture. Just pour that right over top. And I'm gonna strain this at the end. That's why I didn't bother taking out the stems and seeds off the peppers. We're gonna strain all this at the end, so not really a point. Season that with some salt and some pepper. I also have a stick of cinnamon and 3 bay leaves. I'm just gonna thin that out with like another 1.5 cups of water. We're gonna go back to the stove and bring this to a simmer until that meat is nice and tender. Now through the cooking process, we'll keep checking it, make sure there's enough liquid in there, add a little more water to it if it needs it. Back to the stove. Coming to a nice simmer here. Just gonna throw a lid on and let that meat get nice and tender. Our meat has been simmering away. Let's give that a check, and that's just pulling right apart. Look at that. That is nice and tender. So now we're just going to scoop all that meat out with our slotted spoon into a separate bowl. And that's the last of our meat. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to pull that meat, but first we're going to strain our liquid. The braising liquid is strained. So now we're going to go back in to our pot and just keep that on the low. Our meat's cooled down a little while we were straining that braising liquid. So now we can just pull that meat apart. Also going to look for any bay leaves and just get rid of those guys, as well as that marrow bone. And just pull those out and get all this meat pulled. We got a nice bowl of shredded beef here now. And one last thing I like to do, just check that for salt. Season it up a little bit. Guys, we are now ready to build our tacos. Let's go back over the stove. And now it's time to make some tacos. Got some corn tortillas here. I'm just gonna take those and dip those right into my liquid. Getting that grease off of the top. Go right on there. right onto our nice hot flat top. I can fit 3 of them onto my flat top. You could also use a pan if you don't have a flat top to use. Next up is our cheese. Some quesadilla cheese. Go on with a little meat. Just let that cheese melt. Hit each of those with a little of that juice. Just give those a little flip. Just let them crisp up, and we'll be ready to go. Both sides of our tacos are nicely browned. Time to plate it up. Take a look at what we got. Our tacos are ready. We're going to serve that with some of our braising liquid for dipping, or our beef consomme. All that's left, we're going to garnish our tacos and our consomme with some onion, a little cilantro, and we'll serve that with some lime. We're ready to go. Now that is a damn good taco. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.